Coming up, tragedy strikes a major fan base.
And later, Iowa City sees festivals, arts, and performances. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Word on the Street.
We've got a lot of arts in store for you today, so sit back, relax, and here's the Word on the Street.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Grace Lathrop.
And I'm Hannah Lipsky. And this week we have quite a rundown of events that took place in Iowa City. But first we have some sad news from the music industry this morning. Former One Direction band member Liam Payne died this past Wednesday.
He was on an extended vacation in Buenos Aires, Argentina, when he jumped from his third-story hotel balcony. His official cause of death has been released. Payne died from internal and external bleeding from 25 injuries associated with falling.
Police were called to his room before he jumped from his third-story hotel room balcony, and they received reports of an aggressive man on substances. Drugs and alcohol were found in his hotel room. Payne was public about his struggles with addiction. Now, Grace, as a One Direction fan, I was shaken to my core with this news.
Yeah, Hannah, I remember when I saw that on my phone, I was just absolutely shocked. And I used to listen to One Direction all the time when I was younger, so it's kind of a tough loss for the music industry.
Definitely, and it's going to be one of those things that's like, where were you when this happened? Like, you'll always remember it, at least for me. And I know a lot of other One Direction fans will be the same way. And it was really, really sad to see all the bandmates, posting about him, like their memories with him, especially the bandmates' families too.
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely tell just by looking on social media that he was very well liked and respected in the music industry,
yes,
and from his friends too.
Mm-hmm. Well, switching gears a little bit, Grace, last week I went to see the theater department's very first main stage show, another tragic take on Marie Antoinette.
And how was it, Hannah?
Absolutely incredible. I don't say this lightly, but this was probably one of the best shows I've seen from the theater department. But before talking about that, I wanted to talk about the writer. So David Adjemi is an Iowa grad from the Master's Playwriting Workshop.
That's awesome, Hannah. So his show is being done at the school he went to.
Exactly. So he's written several new plays entitled The Evildoers, Stunning, Elective Affinities, 3C, Stereophonic, and of course, Marie Antoinette. And now his show, Stereophonic, actually was nominated for 13 Tonys last Tony season and won 5 of them, including Best Play.
That's awesome. I love seeing Iowa alums just making it big in the entertainment industry. We have such a great program here, and it's great that people are really taking advantage of it and kind of running with it and succeeding along the way.
For sure. It was really cool when I found out that the version of Marie Antoinette was done by an Iowa grad. It's just a cool feeling. But his version of Marie Antoinette is a contemporary take on the tragic story of the Queen of France. So when I saw this, I didn't really know what to expect going in. I knew some of the actors being, in the theater department and whatnot, but I didn't realize how they were going to take this historical period piece with these period costumes and make it contemporary. There was a lot of swearing in it. There was a lot of sexual innuendos that only now would understand. So that was probably the most contemporary part. But then what was the most impressive was the fact that the actress of Marie was on stage for the entire 90 minutes. All of her costume changes, all of the scene changes were narrated by her, done on stage, completely her the entire time.
That's amazing. I could not imagine doing that. And I kind of love when people take these shows and put a creative spin on it. It just makes it so much more interesting. And sometimes, they try and they're not always the best, but it's nice to see those that do succeed. And the show seems like it was just awesome all the way around. Great acting, great costumes, great production.
Oh yeah, for sure. And this set was also super interesting because it was in the black box, which means you can kind of change the stage how you want it. But this one in particular had the stage in the middle, and it was almost like a big runway. And then the audience was on either side, which I have not seen a show that they've done here where they've done that. So it was almost like the audience was also looking at each other during the show. And it was almost like a reflection with the theater that was being done and with the audience on either side.
That's amazing. I love the creativity and just the freedom to kind of take an idea and do whatever you want with it. Unfortunately, this show's run is over, but they did sell out almost every single night. And switching gears just a little bit, Hannah, to the music department, the University of Iowa's Symphony Band is making strides as they just had their first concert of the year on October 10th. DITV's Liz Schultz went to the concert and has details on the turnout and the events.
University of Iowa concert and symphony bands kicked off an evening of performances.
These performances were the first of the semester and school year with many to follow. The concert band is directed by Eric Bush and symphony band is directed by Mark Heidel. They featured a wide variety of pieces. Both concert performances followed months of preparation from members and directors, following students auditioning for band placement and chairs. Overall, members say they are content with the program.
And I think what really sets apart this ensemble is the spirit and the energy that the students manifest through their instruments. And of course, the leadership that we have from our wonderful directors.
It's a great environment, and a lot of connections and great friendships are made, and it's just a good time.
On top of director of the concert band, Eric Bush also directs the Iowa Marching Band. He serves as the 13th director, who also teaches music courses. Similar to Bush, Mark Heidel serves as director of bands for the University of Iowa. According to bands.uiowa.edu, Heidel teaches graduate courses and has years of leadership experience.
Additional performances will continue to follow throughout the school year. This is the Voxman Music Building. Liz Schultz, DITV.
And Hannah, Iowa isn't just well-versed in theater performances, but we also have some excellent art here as well.
That's right, Grace. At the beginning of the month, on October 4th, Iowa City hosted a gallery walk for local artists. DITV's Marshawn Gunn attended the gallery and has the scoop.
Iowa City has become known as a hub for the arts in Iowa. In this city alone, there are over 20 different art galleries. This past Friday, art galleries downtown, along with local businesses, help showcase artists' work.
One person likes may not suit what another person might. Either way, it creates conversation. And on Friday, downtown Iowa City gave artists a chance to have conversations about art by hosting their annual Fall Gallery Walk. The walk allows people to go on a self-guided tour through shops, galleries, and other locations that have curated local artists and pieces of art.
It's really a good opportunity for people to see kind of where local art is, where people can see what we're doing in the city and be able to kind of get to know some of the other retailers who are open in town. It's just a good way to promote the downtown.
Places such as Iowa Artisans Gallery, Textiles, 10,000 Villages, and around 10 more showcase work from artists in the local area. These companies feel that without the support from the local community, events like the Gallery Walk wouldn't be able to happen.
And we have a lot of repeat customers who are always very supportive of the gallery. They want to make sure that they're supporting local artists, regional artists, and so it's been wonderful.
This gallery walk's been going on for around 25 years, and the next one is scheduled for this spring. Back to you guys in the studio.
And the Alan McVeigh Theater also saw a stellar performance on October 10th. Graduate international writers wrote shows that were featured about their cultural experiences, and members of the Iowa Theater Department were invited to participate in these shows. DITV's Julia Rhodes has the update on the success of the event.
I'm here at the Alan McVeigh Theater, where a unique performance highlights rising social and political issues. Writers from the university's International Writing Program submit material they've produced. Performers then read and eventually bring those stories from around the world to life on stage here in Iowa City.
We readily forget what's going on elsewhere. Sometimes we have no idea what's going on elsewhere, and the writers bring that material, that immediacy, to us.
The cast gets about 10 days to work through the material and rehearse for this one-night show. While each actor has their own ways of preparing, they share a few common goals for their performances of the writing.
And we try and make them more clear, work on what we're communicating, what's the heart of the story, and trying to convey that to the audience, and try and be true as much as we can tell to the writer's intent.
The show isn't just about the writers and performers, though, as everyone involved with Global Express wants the audience to be on the journey right alongside them.
I hope they feel the love. I hope they feel the humor. I hope they enjoy the playfulness, the seriousness, and come away with a greater sense of being citizens of the world.
Every year, the show is composed of different writers, performers, and with that, different messages. Yet the passion and goals remain the same. Global Express hopes to leave audience members feeling more connected with their world and the people who inhabit it. From the Alan McVeigh Theater, this is Julia Rhodes, DITV.
Hannah, just over a week ago, a traveling show came to Angler Theater. The Moth, which is a group of storytellers, performed at the theater on October 10th for a sold-out show.
That's right, Grace. Now, The Moth is a nonprofit that promotes human storytelling. They have a podcast, a radio show, they perform live and offer workshops. And this is meant to show real human stories and experiences.
And what a better place to come than the City of Literature itself.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Iowa City, the first city of literature in the entire United States, coming here with a university that's centered around writing for creative writing, journalism, plays in the theater department. What a better place to go for storytelling.
Absolutely, Hannah.
And coming up this week, a popular musician is coming to Angler Theater.
That's right, Hannah. Just down the street at the theater, singer and songwriter Andy Grammer will be performing next Wednesday on October 23rd. Grammer is currently on tour for his new album, Monster, and will be heading across the nation. He's won over 17 Grammys, but has been nominated for about 47, which is super impressive. His tour will end in March of 2025.
Now, Grace, my mom actually saw Andy Grammer in concert. She went on a work trip with some of her friends, and he threw his drumstick into the audience, and she still has it to this day.
That is amazing. I've actually seen him perform at the Washington Capitol, which is really cool as well. I mean, he's just everywhere. He's awesome. We love him, and I'm excited to see him come to Iowa City.
Yeah, for sure. So now, next week, we have a behind-the-scenes look into one of the theaters here in Iowa City.
That's right, Hannah. I can't wait to go and see the behind the scenes, and we'll have to see what happens.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this week's episode of Word on the Street.
We're here every other week to give you your national and local entertainment updates. I'm Grace Lathrop.
And I'm Hannah Lipsky. We'll see you next time.